The market went on a historical run. SPY and QQQ were gapping up day after day after day, and most traders, they either chased the open and got wrecked, or they sat on the sidelines waiting for a pullback that never came. They missed the whole thing. A historical moment they will never forget. And I know that pain because that was me during the 2020 recovery, one of the biggest rallies in market history, and somehow I lost money. So I'm making this video because I know the pain you're sitting with right now. But here's what no one's talking about. There was opportunity everywhere. The same pattern showing up every single week, paying hundreds of %. You didn't miss a rally because the market locked you out. You missed it because you didn't know where to look. I'm about to show you exactly where that was so you never miss the next stock market rally. This is the chart pattern that paid me every single day for 3 weeks. The market handed us a blueprint. It gave us bullish news and trapped shorts. This is what I call the holy elixir of trading. We can see this is the SPY daily chart. The SPY daily chart was selling off due to a certain headline, trapping shorts. Every single day, we'd pop up to the ADMA and we would sell off, back up to ADMA and then sell off. However, there was news that a ceasefire was announced. This caught a lot of the trapped shorts off guard, which led to a short squeeze back to the all-time highs. We can see, look, they're net short, including myself. I was short most of this slow baby dribble down. However, I quickly flipped my bias. This is what leads to a lockout rally. A lockout rally is when the market just rips to the upside and doesn't offer any dips. However, there is one pattern that printed every single day that you could capitalize that gave you plenty of dips and plenty of entries. This is the blueprint. This setup right here is how you change your life. Bullish news, trap shorts equals a mega short squeeze that you could transform your portfolio forever. Why did so many traders miss this rally? They thought the move was over. They went, ceasefire news came out. That is what it is. We hit the highs and we're probably going to go back lower. However, they were waiting for a retest of a key level that never came. In a lockout rally, you are not going to get a clean pre-market high retest off of a key level that you trade in a regular market. That does not happen because there's so much FOMO that these level retests never come. You need to use the LE model, which we're going to cover in great detail. People that don't use EMAs, if you're waiting for only level retests, you're going to have an extremely hard time entering things at the highs. Why? Because at all-time highs, there's no resistance. There's no key levels. There is nothing. You have to use EMAs. You are forced by the lockout rally to use EMAs. Or they chase the highs. They just bought the highs because they could not take the lockout rally anymore. The FOMO was too high. And what happened? We got a dip day and they gave back all of their gains. Now they're frustrated and sad with their tail between their leg. But here's the thing. There's one simple pattern that will solve this entire issue. If you know this pattern, you are going to make a ton of cash on the next rally. It's a flag. It's a very, very simple pattern. It is a flag. And in this example, we're going to go over a bull flag. So what is a flag? A flag, by definition, open any textbook, it is a large move. In this case, this was the bullish news we had. So it's a large move. Some sort of news came out. Ideally, news came out, makes it even a stronger move. And then we get a small pullback. Now, the LE model states we can only enter off of a level or an EMA. So ideally, for that small pullback, we're either going to pull back to a previous day high, a pre-market high, or some sort of EMA. Basically, okay, some sort of support. We need to pull back to a support level and then go back to the highs. That is a flag. The small pullback is calculated. It's a small pullback, lower volume, so people can come in, add more to the position, and ideally you get the next leg. The LE model already tells us we're going to either enter off of a previous day high or a pre-market high. However, in a lockout rally, these large moves are at the all-time highs, so we're very unlikely to get a pullback to a level. Therefore, we need to use our magical 8 EMA or our purple line. All the time traders ask me, what is a good versus bad entry on a flag? So we just took our diagram. We can see, look, a beautiful large move and a very small pullback right to the EMA. Look how small this pullback is. It's very gentle. It's very cute. It's very slow. Look, it pulls back. The buyers come in and then we curl and we go to the upside. Versus a bad entry is a very large move and a very large pullback to the ADMA. Do not under any circumstance, enter off a candle that looks like this. Look, you get a doji candle, which is usually a sign of a reversal, and then you get a mega death candle back down to the 80 MA. You do not want to buy that. This is not a slow, controlled move like this example on our left. This is the difference between a good and bad entry. I'm telling you, if you were trading the LE model and you were entering off of this side right here, you were likely losing money. However, when you're waiting for those big picture, big clean flags, you're entering off something like this, you are making cash in this market. Good, bad. Make sure you only enter off of good setups. Now, this setup printed every single day on SPY for weeks. I do not advocate for traders to trade prop firms or indices or 0 days or anything like that. That's not what I like to do. However, if you do trade those, and what a lot of my audience does, you could literally trade 0 days every single day on SPY, trading the same exact setup and make hundreds of %. It's really that simple. You just have to wait for the setup to print. So I'm going to cover 3 different setups. I even timestamped them on SPY so you can go back and you can back test them and see if the LE model is suitable for you. So let's head over to the charts, and I'm going to break down exactly how I manage my risk, how I enter these, and the setup I took literally every single day during this lockout rally and had a fantastic month. I'll see you on the charts. The first example I'm going to cover is SPY on April 17th, 2026. We can see SPY here had a nice gap up. And however, it is a little bit extended from the 80 MA. You may be thinking to yourself, yo, Ellie, should I enter right here off the 80 MA? The answer is no. Remember, in order for us to enter off an EMA, we have to break the pre-market high or the previous day high. You can see we're above the previous day high, but we are not above the pre-market high. Therefore, we have to wait for it to get up and over the pre-market high, and then we can enter either off of the pre-market high, which is a level retest, or the EMA. So let's see what happens. We can see we're slowly dribbling up and up and up. So we'll speed this up a little bit, and you can see now we're testing the pre-market high. If we entered here, we probably made money. That's great. However, I like to make sure we are fully out of the range. That way I can make the most out of my contracts. I do not want to get stuck in a choppy candle. So now we are testing the pre-market high, which is fantastic. And you can see we're starting to flag over the pre-market high. We perfectly retest it and hold, and off to the highs we go. But what if you missed it? The best part about the LE model is, let's say that you missed this entry right here. You weren't fast enough. That's okay. So what are you going to do? You're going to wait for it to pull back to the 8 EMA, because that is the closest level you're going to get. And you're going to see it pulls back perfectly to the 8 EMA and then launches to the highs. You're not going to stop out here. It still holds the 8 EMA. You're ready to go. This is the LE model in its purest form. The key here is that you're not buying on the high at the breakout. You're not buying at the high on the breakout. You are waiting for a dip. You're trying to buy as close to the EMA as possible, and that is how you trade it. This setup printed literally every single day for 3 weeks during this lockout rally. So it's not really a lockout rally. It's buy the purple line rally and change your life. So let's hop over to SPY on April 14th. We can see SPY printed the same exact setup on April 14th. It's above the previous day high, so we have to wait for it to do what? Clear the pre-market high. And you can see it's exactly what happens. We clear the pre-market high. It does not offer us a perfect pre-market high retest. We have to wait for a pullback either to the level or the EMA. And you can see that is exactly what happens. We don't enter there. It's too far away. We will pull back to the 80 EMA once it pulls back down. And that is where you enter. You do not want to chase the highs. You do not want to go crazy, but your entry is right here. That is your entry. Look, as soon as it comes down, okay, look, it's far away from the EMA. It's far away. Did not tap it over here. Did not tap a level or an EMA. Sure, it would have worked if you chased it, but you want to make sure you have your risk calculated, so you don't want to chase it. You just wait for it to slowly pull back right to the EMA. You'll see, look, it's about a couple pennies away. It'll come down, tap it, and boom, right to the highs. If you trade 0 days, this is a very nice move and a very nice portfolio booster. The same setup every single day. It's not a lockout rally. It's a buy the purple line rally. Let's head over to April 9th. So we can see April 9th is a bit different than the other setups. However, now the stock is above the pre-market high, but it's not above the previous day high. This means that the stock is forming an inside day. the stock looks like this on the daily. So what we want to see is we want to see it break out up and over the previous day high, making the daily chart now bullish. And that is what we're looking for an entry. So let's see how this plays out. We're not going to enter here. We're not going to enter here because it's an inside day. We're not going to enter over here because it's an inside day. We're waiting for it to break up and over both the previous day high and the pre-market high. So it sets up a similar setup like the same ones we just reviewed. And we can see, look, huge move over the previous day high. It is now forming an outside day. But if we did not retest the previous day high, and the 80 MA is all the way down here. So what do we have to do? We have to sit on our hands. So we're going to sit on our hands, and we're going to wait for the 80 MA to catch up. You can see the 80 MA breaks through the previous day high, indicating to us that we're likely not going to get a level retest. Therefore, we are going to have to solely rely on our EMA, and that is exactly what happens. Price comes down, and it's going to come down very slowly, and boom, it hits the 80 MA. So what are we going to do? We're going to use our handy tool here, and we are going to long it off the 80 MA. We are going to risk the low of the candle, and our target here is going to be the high of day for a beautiful, super small stop loss and a gorgeous return. You can see, look how tight your risk is. Your risk is super, super tight. Candle low, and you're targeting those highs. Small risk, big reward. This is positive EV, expected value, meaning that if we take this trade a million times, we're likely going to make more money than we lost. Even if we won this trade 50% of the time, look, you are losing a couple cents on your contract to make a couple dollars. This is a positive expected value. If you are a quantitative trader, this is something they're going to hammer into your head. You need to always have expected value because trading is not about getting rich right now. It's a long-term game. Remember, a lot of you want to quit your jobs and do this full time. Well, you have to understand that sometimes in trading, you're going to lose. But as long as you make more than you lose, you are going to be in good shape. That is it. You're going to risk those candle lows right off the 80 MA and then ride to the highs. Now, I already know I'm going to have questions where it's where Ellie, it didn't perfectly come down and tap the 80 MA, so therefore I didn't get into the trade and blah, 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 blah. Okay, so the low of the stock candle here is 67897. Okay, and the 80 MA is at 67881. That is less than 25 cents. It is not even a quarter, a coin that you flip into a wishing well to make your trading profits better away from the 8 EMA. It is literally a rounding error. This is a $700 stock. 25 cents on the underlining means absolutely nothing. You can see it's a clear flag. It's slowly coming down to the 80 EMA, and congratulations, it rips to the highs. Do not let a 25-cent coin ruin your trading profits. Nothing in trading is ever exact. Wait for it to pull back down, set your risk accordingly, and ride it to the highs. That is how you trade. That is how you make a living out of this. That is the same exact setup I have been trading for 3 weeks during this lockout rally. Now, let's head back to the slideshow because I have a few more things I want to show you. All three of those trades we just went over is the LE model. All we're doing, step one, wait for stock to break a key level. Those levels can be the previous day high. In our case, we really focus on the outside day, so the previous day high and the pre-market high, or on a bearish outside day, the previous day low or the pre-market low. You're going to enter off a level or an EMA, whatever comes first. If your key level is the previous day high and the 80 EMA crosses through it, well, then you know you're going to enter an EMA retest. If the 80 EMA is below it, then you know you're going to enter a level retest. You're going to sell half of your contracts at the highs or the lows, depending if it's bullish or bearish setups, and then you're going to ride the rest using the AEMA as your trailing stop loss. It's that simple. You just have to maximize your gains. If you have 2 contracts, you're going to sell 1. If you have 4 contracts, you're going to sell 2. And lastly, you're going to rinse and repeat this for the rest of your life until you become old and jaded like me. Before I go, you need to fix these 3 things. Every single day I get questions. I get probably 100 to 200 emails, messages a day. And a lot of them revolve around the same thing. So you need to understand this. You need to fix this. If you can fix these 3 things, or you only struggle with one of them, you will absolutely positively transform your trading And whatever goals that you set out when you want to become a trader, whether you want to support your wife, your husband, whatever you're into, if you fix this, it will help. Number one is a lot of the times traders are entering on the breakout, not the pullback. The stock goes to the moon, they slap it, and sure enough, it immediately pulls back and they stop out. That is wrong. You want to be entering on where you're stopping out and selling on when the FOMO is too high. You have to transform your thinking. Number two is you're hesitating on the entry just to chase it higher. So let's say we have another beautiful bull flag down to 80 MA. You hesitate, you don't smack it right where you should, and it goes a bit higher. Now you chase at the highs, and sure enough, you already know it's going to pull back and stop you out. When you see the entry, in order to be hesitation, is you have to press the button. Number three, entering during lunch or chop period. You have to understand most of the moves for the market happen in the first 2 to 3 hours of the day. I understand a lot of people have jobs and they can only trade during lunch, but just know that trading during lunch is when things are slow and choppy, and you can expect getting wicked out and getting stopped out on random wicks. Do not trade that if you can avoid it. If you work remote or whatever you do, trade for those first 2 to 3 hours. Put your runners in there and just let them work all day. Do not enter more positions after lunch. And lastly, 90% of your entry problems can be fixed if you just enter off a level or an EMA. Remember when you were a new trader, when it's like you need to work on your entries, you need to have a tight risk area, all that type of fancy words us traders use to confuse new folks. Yes, you need to have a tight risk area. High a day and low a day are not a level or an EMA. Okay, so if you can avoid buying stocks at the highs and shorting at the lows, you will make a lot more money, and you luckily will transform your trading. This was literally me. I loved buying stocks at the highs and shorting at the lows. I mean, I was so good at picking the high a day. I'm surprised I didn't go work for like a hedge fund or something. I'm telling you, if you can just enter off a level or an EMA and don't let the FOMO bother you, you will absolutely transform your trading. And before I go, if you want to learn the LE model for free, I do trade recaps. I literally just got done doing a free live lesson. Your trading journey, it awaits. Come join the Discord. I'm so excited. We almost have 3,000 members. The link is down below. I trade live. I do pop-up classes. Really what I'm trying to do is create a community of people that want to help each other become better through accountability and proper studying skills. That's all I have for tonight. You have a wonderful night. See you all tomorrow. Peace.